So we're going to sew together our two lining pieces. So we put the good pieces together, so that's the piece with our pocket. And when you're sewing your lining, you need to leave a 1 centimetre seam allowance the whole way around. So what you have to do is measure in 1 centimetre from the edge, put a mark, 1 centimetre, put a mark, and you're going to draw a line all the way around. Line drawn all the way around 1 centimetre, pop in a couple of pins, and you're going to be sewing with a straight stitch all the way around the outside. Now it's important that you start at the top, you reverse, and a straight stitch all the way around, nice neat corners, back up to the top, and you reverse right at the edge. Okay, so now we're going to sew our two outside pieces together. We want the good sides facing each other, and because we're doing a drawstring bag, we need to actually sew a little bit differently at the top. What you need to do is measure down 2 centimetres and place a mark. Then you leave a gap of another 2 centimetres and place another mark. Then you are going to put a line 1 centimetre all the way around, just as you did before. Because what happens is we're going to sew from here to here, and we're going to leave a gap for our drawstring, and then we need to start sewing here again. What we've ended up with is our lining piece sewn all the way around right up to the top, and then our outside piece where we've sewn 2 centimetre line, left a gap, and then sewn a big U shape all the way around and repeated that on the other side. So what we're going to do now is we are just going to iron our seam down flat at the top. So what that means is you need to press the seam out, and this is inside, and then just iron it. Okay, and you can see that's the gap where your drawstring is going to go through. Our next job is to actually sew in a rectangle shape around that gap. So you're just going to go 1/2 centimetre out from the gap around in a big rectangle. Now these are very short, so you might need to use your hand wheel to sew across there, but just start quick reverse, a big rectangle shape, and then reverse at the end, and you do that on both sides so that your gap has been sewn around. After we've sewn the gap, we're just going to fold the top down 1 centimetre and then iron it. This is to give us a nice neat top seam. We need to also do that on our lining piece. So you're just folding down, you can measure it to check that it's even, but that is down 1 centimetre and then iron. From there, our two bags are going to be put together. So you turn your outside piece in the right way, make sure you're pressing the corners, and then your lining piece is going to go inside. You'll notice that it is still turned the wrong way, and that's so we don't see any of the seams. So what we have here is our outside with 1 centimetre turned in, and our lining has 1 centimetre turned down as well. We line up our top, so we're lining up our side seams together, and then pop in a pin. You need to pin all the way around the top to make sure that the top seam are straight up against each other, and you do that all the way around. Once you have it pinned, you are now going to sew 2 straight lines. The first one is going to come 1/2 centimetre from the top down, and you are going to sew in one big loop all the way around and back to there. Your second line is going to be 1/2 centimetre from the bottom of your rectangle there, and you are going to do the same thing, sew a nice straight line all the way around your bag. What this does is you have 2 lines of stitching, and that will stop your cord from falling down or falling out. Once we have those lines sewn, we'll be able to thread our cord through the top of the bag.